Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial for coreldraw 6. Today we're gonna draw a cabin and it's gonna be a 3D design, 3D logo, kind of like what you see here. I actually made this last night and I was really happy with the result, and I decided to show you guys how I do this type of designs, and we're gonna remake this design and I'm gonna show you the process, so bear with me. It's gonna be kind of a longer video than usual, but if you enjoyed this video and like it, please give me a like and also subscribe if you are new to this channel, so that way it helps me keep uploading more content for you guys. And I also have recently uploaded more tutorials for like different apps, and I'm gonna be making more videos from different apps and software. So but right now I'm resuming CorelDRAW, and yeah, so this is pretty much what we're gonna do today, and I'm gonna show you how to make this type of logos. And you can actually sell these logos. This is my store on eBay, and here you can see how many logos I have sold. These are really basic logos. They're not a few dozens, but I mean, I've been selling a lot. I have relisted this item many times, and I have sold probably like 20, 25 all this time. But you can make money on eBay and sell them too. So anyway, let's get rid of it. And before I do, let me show you something. I have these pictures from Google because I don't like to use other people's art or clip arts, and these are real pictures of stuff that I'm gonna be using for this logo, and I'm gonna show you how to make this into a clip art too, so that way you don't get in trouble for using other people's art and you might get a copyright violation. You can use like real stuff and turn them into a clip art, so you don't have to steal pictures from people. And I made this from a wood frame. I took a picture and make it into a clip art. So I already have this, but we'll get back to that in a minute. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go to page and let's get rid of this frame. What I'm gonna start doing basically is the base of the cabin, and I'm gonna do a rectangle here, and I'm gonna do 3 triangles. I'm gonna do the center of the cabin, of course, and let's make it a little wider. Okay, and let's click into that, click center, and it's center. Okay, and yeah, let's make another one here to the side, and it doesn't have to be like super close to the other one, but I wanted to make this again because I really enjoy making this designs, and especially if you're gonna sell them too. Like if you make money from it, it's definitely worth it, and it's really nice, really good way for you to practice. And let's make this smaller actually. All right, so here's that, and like I said, I'm gonna make this different than the last one, so it's gonna be a little different. So okay, so we have that. Now let's turn this into like wood. Oops. All right, so here we go. And now basically what I'm going to do is do a lot of straight lines here, and I'm gonna put some color in it because those are what gonna cut the wood into trim it and make it look like wood. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. Okay, we're gonna do one here, highlight, center, and we're gonna make another copy here, copy, center, and now let's make this weld and make another 4 copy here just in case. I always like to make as many, preferably to have more space left than not have enough. Okay, always try to, even if you have some extras, it don't matter, just as long as you have enough. Okay, center and weld. All right, now let's stretch this, and what I'm gonna do here, it's going to be pretty much let me show you here in a second. All right, let's lower this. I can actually make this like this. All right, I have decided I'm gonna do another one here. And why? Let me show you why. I'm sorry, I'm not using my mouse right now. I usually do, but today for some reason I don't know, I was just like so anxious to start this tutorial and didn't even look for my mouse. I don't know where I left it, so I'm sorry if I'm struggling here. All right, so let's weld. All right, here we go. All right, so what we're gonna do, it's choose the red one, the lines that we just drew, and pick here, and then go where it says trim. We're gonna trim it right there. You know what, actually I noticed something here. I actually gonna make this up here. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry. So let's choose the red and then the 3 triangles shape that we drew here, and go to trim. Get rid of it now. All right, here we go. And now let's turn this into wood color. Okay, so we have the basic shape here. We have some more to work on, but okay, now we're gonna use Bezier tool. Just click on here and go to this one, Bezier, and I'm actually gonna zoom in more. Okay, so we're gonna do the roof right now, and just connect the dots. Just choose the corners, or just keep following the dots. So it's basically pretty much it. Right now it doesn't matter if it's straight or not, so don't worry about that. We'll come back to that in a minute. Right now what we want is just draw the roof. Okay, right now let's not focus on the roof, how straight it is. All right, so here we go, it's taking shape. All right, now let's put some color in our roof. Let's do this here. All right, now what we're gonna do is lift this up a little bit. Lift it up, and you can probably highlight all of this and click C for center. It's center. All right, and now let's work on the railing, or whatever it's called, which is, oh, you know what, actually let's do the windows. Let's do the windows. It's basically just a square. I'll show you here. All right, let's put this, let's put some color in a minute. Let's just make it smaller because we don't want a very huge window. Okay, that should be good. All right, let's put some color. And sometimes what I do, since this is all in one shade, you cannot center the sides, but what I like to do is draw a line here and make sure I put it right in the center of the triangle shape there. Okay, pick on the square, click on the red one, and click C for center, and it's center right there. Now let's do the same here. Okay. Oh, All right, so let's do the same, and it's gonna be right below. It's gonna be easy to follow since it's gonna be right on the same height on the other side. Let's zoom in again. I'm sorry because I'm not using my mouse right now. It's much easier with your mouse. All right, let's do the same thing on this side. Let's put this right in the center of the triangle. All right, it's center. Now let's choose the black square, click on the red line and click C for center, and there you go. That's how I try to be a little more you know, like I'm very picky on that. When it comes to my designs, I try to make it as good as possible. And this one we don't have to do that because we just pick the house and click center and we know it's center right there. So but for this one I'd like to make it bigger. It's gonna be the fancy window. Okay, so I'm gonna do weld and just go shaping, weld, so we can curve this. I don't want it to be all squares or rectangles. It's boring. So try to be creative on your designs. We're gonna circle this, and yeah, that should be good. Okay, all right, now everything's center. Now what we're going to do is pick one by one. Actually, let's do this individually. Let's pick on it, highlight and trim. All right, it's trim. Now there's a space there, and now we're gonna do the windows. We can do this the same since it's the same window, and trim, and let's get rid of that one. Okay, hold on. Yeah, let's do this and trim, get rid of that. All right, now I forgot that I'm gonna make like a little cross here shape. What I like to do, so I don't alter the design on the other window, I like to keep them the same way. So I'm gonna make this here, highlight, center. Okay, it's center. Now let's make a copy. I'm sorry, hold on. Oh man, it's so frustrating not having the mouse. Okay, I might have to pause it and go get it. Okay, I'm sorry. You know what? Let's continue. Okay. Let's go down here and let's make a copy here. Let's do 90 degrees and center. Okay, if you're not sure it's center, what you can do is highlight the whole thing, make 90 degrees, and then center, and that should be now all even. And then you can go back to the original shape. Okay, now let's choose all three, trim, and here we go. It's trim. Now let's put this on the side because we're gonna use that for the other window. And now let's scroll this here and make it smaller. Not too small, but enough for it to fit. And let's do this yellow. Okay, all right, we'll come back to that. You can use the same technique. You can put like a line here and make it center, but for now that should be good. Okay, now let's make a copy for the other window and do the same. Basically, it's easy once you start practicing. The more you practice, the better you're gonna get at this. And it's a little confusing sometimes, but the more you practice, the better you get at it. So now let's do the same with this window. All right, trim. It's It's trim. Now let's bring this to the side here, and this one is gonna be different. So I'm gonna do let's do one here. Actually, let's make it more to the side here, okay? And here's another one. There we go. All right, so highlight, center, trim. Boom, that easy. All right, it's all geometry. Let's do this yellow too. Let's bring it to our window. And you can make good money with this design. Like I said, I have sold many of this. I have offered my services on many websites. There's Etsy.com. There's Fiverr. There's many websites where you can sell your logos there, and you will make good money. So okay, now we got something there. All right, now let's work on the railing. And the railing, it's gonna be here. All right, so here we go. Here comes another thing that you should learn how to use. Okay, we're gonna go to let me show you again. Okay, so this is a real picture of a real thing. So always try to get one with no background or with a white background, and go to where it says bitmaps right here. Bitmaps, model, black and white, and then you see this list here. You're gonna click on it and go to line art, and then kind of like you know, you gotta zoom out, and I mean that looks good. That looks good. We're gonna go for that. Okay, now we're gonna go to bitmaps again, outline trace, and clip art. Here we go. It's taking shape, and let's not forget, this doesn't have to be all super perfect, since we want to get the impression that this is a log cabin. It's a wood cabin, so it doesn't have to be super perfect. Okay, so but I mean, if you are like me, you're a perfectionist. I mean, you can also take your time and do this straight, very straight, but on this occasion it will be the exception. I'm gonna do this quick because I don't want to make the video too long either, because you know, since I'm a new YouTuber, I don't want to make this video too long. Again, I invite you guys to check out my channel, subscribe, give me a like if you haven't yet. I will definitely, I will really appreciate it if you guys do, because that will help me too with my channel. Let's scroll line, dotted line here, leave it right there. Okay, now let's go up here. I'll show you why I'm doing this right now, because we need more. We need this to be bigger. Okay, right there. Highlight, pick on that, weld, and it becomes part of it. Okay, now let's get rid of this imperfection here. Okay, right there, that should be good. All right, let's get rid of this dotted line. Now we're gonna need more of this, so this is why I added those extra lines here, because I'm gonna, let's make this smaller. I'm gonna make another copy here, copy, mirror right there, and join this, conjoin together, and let's make her a little more. Okay, there we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. Again, it looks like a ladder. Now 90 degrees, center, and there it is. All right, now let's do weld. Okay, now let's go find our cabin, and let's put it, you don't want it too big either, so you know, enough for it to be. Let's put this to the front. Okay, it's gonna be the upper level of the cabin. So you don't want this super perfect or super big, because we're gonna use this for our design, and we don't have to be, it doesn't have to be super big because it's a two-floor cabin. But I mean, once we do the logo, they're not gonna know the difference, or they're not gonna see all of it. So it doesn't have to be super big. Okay, let's keep it there. Now highlight, center, and let's add some contour. Okay, because the contour is gonna trim that area. Let's test it. If it's too big, yes, it's too big. We're gonna go to 10. All right, go down to 10. Apply. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. All right, let's pick on the contour, break it apart. All right, let's get rid of this. All right, here we go. Now let's choose the black trim or the contour. Pick on highlight on the brown one, then trim, and here we go. Now this is part of the log cabin. Okay, you have two options here. You can get rid of this areas here. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do just that. Okay, because I don't know, it doesn't look too good. You can leave them. Sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't, but it's up to you. It's whatever you want to do. All right, so let's highlight here, center. All right, it's aligned. All right, now what we can do is highlight this lower part, weld. It's part of the cabin again, and then weld. All right. Alright, so we want to give the impression that this is a log cabin, so you don't want all this like super straight. So what I'm gonna do here is make this, let's get rid of this little pointy thing. Oh, you gotta be careful with what you get rid of, because sometimes if it's right now, since I don't have my mouse, I cannot tell all the details, but it's here, you don't want to make it too. Okay, that's good. All right, now let's click on right click, and you see this list and make a curve, and we're gonna make this rounded since it's a log, so it has to be not super perfect. It has to be rounded. So let's curve, and let's do the same here. And right now I'm just actually it takes longer for me to do a design when I'm filming or doing this, but for some reason I noticed that I'm very slow when I am filming or making a video. But this type of logos takes me about an hour for me to make them, or probably less than that. And that's if I'm doing this very you know, perfectionist, like super taking my time. But since I am making this video, I'm trying not to do take too long. Okay, so now we have that rounded. And all right, so now let's do a background, and here comes the pine tree. And what we're gonna do is basically the same. Go to model and black and white, line art, and okay. Now let's go again to bitmaps, outline trace, clip art, and we're gonna do a boundary or a shadow. So because I don't want all those details inside, like all those little dots. So let's go to no, not bitmaps, arrange, shaping, and create a boundary. It's gonna create a just like a shadow part without the details inside. And oh, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, never mind. Let me just leave it like this, and let's just add some colors, and we're gonna do weld. Okay, weld right there, and it's gonna combine all of it and get rid of all the details inside. There might be some left, but most of the time that it gets rid of most of the uh, stuff that you don't want too detailed, unless you're doing like vinyl cutting. Like I make those type of logos, and you don't want a lot of detail because you gotta peel off the sticker and it's too much time. But if it's like a printer, it's definitely good to keep all the nice little details. All right, let's wait for it. It's doing that. All right, I think it's ready now. Let's put this on the background like this. Just remember, we're not gonna use all of them, but we're gonna try to keep them as many as we can. All right, now let's make another copy here. And don't worry about the cabin right now. We're just trying to put some and place some as many as we can. I'm probably gonna do like 3 of them. Okay. Let's put this back again, and we're gonna add some stuff in the back. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, and this will be it. This is the last one. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, now there's the background. Okay, now let's zoom in. Of course, let's zoom in. Now let's use a very handy tool that I use a lot. It's the Bezier, and we're gonna start basically with it's already here, Bezier tool. Connect the dots, and we're gonna start here. Basically, I'm just gonna add some shadow to the cabin so it doesn't have to depend on the pines, that there's not enough pines. Let me do this here. Okay, it doesn't matter where you go, as long as you don't make it too obvious that there's like a background there. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. Just connect the dots, because the pine trees are not gonna be enough for the cabin to have enough shadow. So we can cover all the black dots that you see there on the brown. You know, since the cabin it's brown, so we want a background for the cabin, its own background. So that's pretty much what I'm adding right now. And it don't matter because there's plenty of shadow here. Now we're coming to the final part, and we're gonna go here, here, and then seal it up here. There we go. Now let's turn this black and put it on the back. Actually, let's make the pine trees darker too. Alright, now let's zoom out. You see that cabin has its own background now. It's not relying on the pines anymore. And let me make this darker. These designs are very simple and nice. Once you practice, you will see that it's easier for you to make this type of designs. Okay, again, you gotta practice a lot. So and before you get to a professional level, I should clarify that I am not in no means a graphic designer. I'm not tending to be one. I'm just doing enough for to make logos, you know. But I've seen so many good logos out there that are really amazing. Now let's do what you guys saw in the beginning, the other logo. Let's do like a ribbon. I really like those designs, those little things. Okay, now let's go to range, shape, weld. I'm sorry, not shape, weld. Double click and curve this little rectangle. Curve, and I'm gonna make it a little more curved than the previous one. I think I have a good feeling about this design. I think I'm gonna like this better than the one I made last night, because the one that I made last night didn't have that railing, and it looks really good. So, and now I'm gonna maybe probably curve this a little bit. Yeah, no, I don't want any like super perfect. Let's curve it. Okay, curved. Let's do the same here. You don't have to go crazy about it, just curve enough so it's not super straight. It doesn't have to be alike. It could be imperfect, if that makes sense. Or, I mean, it's up to you if you want to make it the same, okay? Alright, now let's do the side thingies. The little, it's a ribbon, so I'm gonna use this here. And I'm pretty much gonna do the sides here. All right. I don't know if it's gonna be the same on this side, but let's try. What the heck? Oh, I don't think I closed the design. That's another thing that I always forget to check on if I sealed the design. And apparently I forgot to do that, so, but no biggie. All right, so let's just go here. That should take care of it. Okay, now let's go to this side. Mirror. Yeah, that looks about the same. Okay. All right, so let's put this to the back, since it's gonna be just the little ribbon there. All right, let's add color. Let's add color too. All right, so now let's highlight this and get rid of those little lines. So you know what? I'm actually gonna keep them like that. Now we gotta add some contour individually for each part. So do not group this or weld, because you still gotta add your own contour. You see that? Contour and contour. All right, now we're talking. All right, so now you can highlight this and group, and it's all together now. Now you have the option to do either an oval shape or a circle, like I did. But this time I'm gonna do, you know what? Yeah, let's keep it a circle. All right, so let's click on your keyword, choose a circle, and click CTRL. Keep it clicking so it's a perfect circle. Okay. All right, so let's start with that, and we're gonna make sure that it does not overpass the little side here, right there. That should be good. I don't know, what do you think? Yeah, that should be good. Okay, now let's click on the circle, click on the ribbon, click center, and right there, bam. Okay, so let's do this sky blue. Oh, I forgot to, okay, there we go. Because it was grouped together. That happens a lot to me, so I'm sorry. Yes, I always forget to do some stuff like that. Okay, now before we add some contour to the circle, you want to pick on the ribbon and click on the circle and do you know what, let's it has to be ungrouped because I tried that last night and I didn't realize you have to do this individually. I don't think this is gonna work either. Okay, no, you gotta ungroup the contour from the image. Yes, you gotta do that. Again, let's click on the contour, arrange, ungroup, and now we're gonna choose the circle and trim. And why do I want to trim? I'll show you in a minute. Okay, because you're gonna make this. We'll work on that in a little bit. Okay, so now we're back in business. Let's highlight the ribbon and group it again. Okay, group. So group again. Let me show you. Okay, perfect. Now let's add some contour to the top part. Let's do the same as we did with the ribbon. All right, contour, perfect. Now here comes, it's optional. If you want to add more pine trees here because it looks like it's probably, you can add more. You know what, let's get creative. Let's add some smaller one here. Okay, I mean, it's up to you. It's whatever. It's I was not planning to do. You can even leave it like that, and see, it makes it look like this one. It's a little more to the front, but I think I'm gonna put this to the front of my cabin. So, but before we do that, make sure if you're gonna place another one on this side, you wanna do that before you put the cabin to the front. So that way it's not so. You don't have to do one by one. Just do the ribbon first, of course, to the front. And now let's pick on the cabin. Let's pick on the cabin, okay? And you know what? I haven't not joined this. All right, let's choose that, the roof, and order front right there, boom. And this is why it's so important that you keep your ribbon together, because you just one click and it's up on the front again. So you know, that looks really good to me. Now you can add, it's optional, you can add your two colors here. Just go, if you want to mix, make it look like it's nighttime, you can do navy blue for nighttime and white. And let me show you. Go to fountain fill and pick sky blue. Right there, it's nighttime. Or you can do daytime and draw maybe a little moon. Just do a circle, small circle. And for the moon, I always like this khaki color. I don't do white. It looks better when it's this color right there. So it makes it look like the moon is there. Or you can do, again, you can do it, it's up to you. Just do it daytime, sky blue, fountain fill. And for daytime, I do yellow. Or dawn, we can do dawn. Just get rid of that, and we're gonna keep it like that. I think I like that one better. And you know what, I'm thinking of making this maybe up. You know what? Yeah, just leave it like that. Maybe just stretch the ribbon. I mean, it's up to you. It's whatever you want to do. You can make this bigger or leave it like that. Yeah, let's just leave it like that. And what we're gonna do down here, it's we're gonna add something. But first, let's put capital letters, cabin rental or wood cabin. Wood cabin. And the font is really optional. It's whatever you want to do. I want to do this font. And for this, you have two options. You can grab another copy here, copy, and stretch this, make it bigger. Of course, I mean, if you're gonna do that. Now let's go to text and fit to pattern. Oh, I guess it's not gonna work. Okay, no panic. Okay, don't worry, it's gonna work. I'll show you how you can do it. Just go make it like an oval shape, and because we just remember we want to fit perfectly on the ribbon, so let's get rid of that ribbon. All right, so let's click on that, click on the font center, and now we're gonna fit this to the pattern. Let's go to text, if I can find it right there. And I think that's a winner. Okay, now let's break apart the text and let's get rid of this. I want to do this khaki. All right, and no worry, I mean, you can make it smaller. It doesn't have to be, it's all up to you. I mean, the font really, it's the least that you should worry. I mean, you can make this not so curved, you can make it a little more curved. It's whatever you want. It's this is your option. It's not up to me. And let's make this, let's put some contour. Okay, contour, make it not too big, maybe smaller, and this side too. Maybe make this up a little more, and click on the ribbon center right there, center. Again, this is optional. It's whatever you want. You can make this, again, you can make this smaller, stretch it, or whatever. It's your choice. Or you can click double and make this a little more up, or if you notice it's too it's not a straight line, or you can play with this as much as you want. It's your world, you know, like Bob Ross says, it's your world, you make it however you want it. I'm just showing you how to do it. Okay, now let's do the final step. All right, this is let's break the contour from this, because I know it's not it's still together. Break apart. And now the final touch. Let's do this 90 degrees. This is like some wood pattern that I got from a picture frame. Again, I just wanna, this is just additional. You don't have to do this, but it's completely optional. Okay. All right, let's click on that. All right, I'm completely lost without my mouse. All right, trim. Let's get rid of that, and see that? Nice, really nice. And now let's do rentals. Okay, and let's do the same font. What the heck? Let's do the same. All right. And for the final touch, you can, it's whatever your customer order you to add below. This is just me. This is just a sample. 90 degrees. And let's add some color. One on the side. Another copy. Mirror. And once you think you have it where you want it, just highlight the whole thing. 90 degrees. Click C for center, and it's center. And go back to 0, weld, and do white. Okay. You can make a lot of great designs. It's amazing what you can do with coreldraw. It's amazing. All right, so now it's everything's taking shape. What we can do now is highlight this and do like a boundary, create a boundary or a shadow. All right, there's a shadow right there. We created a boundary, just what we picked, which is that. Let's make it doesn't matter. Let's make this red because we're gonna add some more contour, okay? We're gonna make this actually bigger than the other one. So let's try that. Nope, too small. Let's do this 30, 35, whatever. Let's do 35. There we go. All right, so that's the final touch. This is optional, but I suggest you guys add a final contour because if your customer if you're gonna do this for like stickers, some cards are different than the others, so you wanna keep that in mind. If you do what I do, which is like stickers and all of that, you wanna be sure that you are doing this. Always do a white or gray, light gray contour for the final touch because you never know if this person has a white truck or a red one, whatever. So this kind of like it's a standard for all colors. This white contour is gonna be standard for most colors on the car. So I'll show you what I mean. Let's add a frame background here. Let's do it black first. All right, I love putting this on a black frame. All right, so see that let's pretend this design is for a black truck or a red truck. Right there, boom, nice. Let's say it's a green truck. Let's say it's what's another common color? White. It still looks good on white. So it looks good on any color of a car, even blue, whatever. I mean, there are many colors, but most of the trucks are black, red, or white, and those are the main colors. And you can see it looks really nice. The background here is optional. I show you how to do nighttime, how to do daytime, but to be honest, I think this will be a killer. This will be nice. Again, thank you so much, guys, and please give me that like and subscribe. If you want to see more tutorials on CorelDRAW and making logos, I'll be making avatars soon and making nice designs for special request customers. Give me that like and subscribe. I will see you guys again on the next video.